Okay, so when we revise our stories, we look and see what needs to change. So today I'm going to have you look at your story, and you're going to look at some things you need to change, and then you're going to change them, and then I'm going to give you a partner to work with. And your partner is going to have this. I guess you can't see it, can you? All right, your partner is going to have, this is called a rubric. And we used one of these before. Does the story have a beginning, middle, and an end? If it only has one, then that's a sad face. If it has two of the parts, maybe a beginning and an end but no middle, or beginning and middle, then it's two. But if it has a beginning, middle, and end, then you'll circle this one. Does the writer tell what characters do? So does it tell you what the characters do in the story? So that's one of the things we've been working on. Not much at all? Yes, but not with many details, kind of a little bit. Yes, with lots of details. Remember, details is the more we tell. Telling how it is. We describe it with lots of things. Does the writer tell what the characters say? Not at all. No one speaks in the story. Everyone should have at least one speaking thing in the story. Once in the story, or two times or more in the story, does someone talk? Does the writer show how the characters feel? Now remember, it doesn't have to say I'm sad, but it can be something they do like they were crying. Not at all. Once in the story, or two times or more in the story. Are the first words in every sentence I and all names capitalized? Not usually, sometimes, almost always. Is there punctuation? So that's periods, question marks, exclamation points at the end of each sentence. Not usually, sometimes, almost always. Are words spelled correctly? Not usually, sometimes, almost always. So you're just going to do the best you can. So when I'm reading this, or when you're reading yours, I'm going to put this up here on the screen and you can kind of look at it. But when you go with the partner, I'm going to give each of you one of these, and you're going to do it for your partner's story. Not for your story, but for your partner's story. So your partner and you are going to read your story. So I'm going to pretend Sydney was my partner, okay? And she brings me her story. So we're going to read her story together. She's not reading mine, and I'm not reading hers. We're going to read hers, and then we're going to read mine, okay? We're going to take turns reading, so we can talk about it. But I'm the one that's going to be holding it, reading it, and making any changes. So I have my sticky notes, and if you get a big sticky note, I want you to tear them in half, like this. So we're not taking up so many sticky notes, and they don't take so much time up. So it's okay if they tear in half. It doesn't have to be equal pieces. If you get one of the little ones, then you don't need to tear them. But I'm going to tear some in half, so I have lots of pieces here. And I'm going to read Sydney's story. It's called The Best Day Ever. This really isn't Sydney's story. Come on, Pedro, let's go to the monkey bars, Alex called. So this is really Pedro's story. We ran out the backyard. Ooh, I see this, right? Look, what did they forget? Capital. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to point to the W. Put capital. We ran out to the playground. You go first, said Alex. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, shoot. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to write on theirs. I didn't mean to do that. That's what Miss Doty does. That's what you're supposed to do, not circle it. I hopped onto the jungle gym and grabbed the first bar with both of my hands. I almost did it again. I swung my body and grabbed the next one. Alex clapped and cheered. I kicked my legs and grabbed the next bar. Ouch! This was starting to hurt my hands. So far, Pedro's forgetting a lot of capitals, isn't he? He's got all of his periods. I can't do anymore, I told Alex. My hands hurt. Don't be a baby, said Alex. Keep going. So I swung and grabbed the next bar with one hand. But my hands were burning. Now, he didn't capitalize but we don't usually start a sentence with but. So I would say no but, and then capitalize my. And just get rid of the but. That's what I would be telling him. So Pedro is right here. I say, Pedro, I don't think you need the word but. I think you just start with my. My hands were burning. You got to make sure you capitalize it. Okay, I reached with the other hand and crash. Ooh, Pedro, I like how you capitalize all these letters. That's cool. I fell from the monkey bars cards onto the ground. Ouch! I felt cold and hot at the same time. My arms was stinging. My arms was stinging with pain. Were, yeah. So this one I need a capital M in my, and it wasn't was, it's were. My arm was stinging with pain. No, that should be was. I read it wrong. My arm was stinging with pain. I started to cry. I heard Alex call, Miss Russell, Pedro's hurt. Miss Russell came running over. Oh no, she cried, Pedro, what hurts? My arm, I sniffled. Ooh, remember instead of saying I said, we say go cool words instead? We said I sniffled. We didn't even put that one on our list, I don't think. I like that one, Pedro. Miss Russell left, but Alex stayed with me. He looked worried. Are you okay, Pedro, he asked. I made a face, but didn't say anything. Oh, my arm really hurt. Miss Russell came back and knelt down next to me. I ran out. She told me that an ambulance was coming.